Hi guys, in today's video, we will talk about one of the most anticipated and most exciting news about the internet, Web 3.0. But before that, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to Crypto Links and hit the shiny notification bell so you never miss another important crypto video that will help you get an edge. Before diving into what the internet will be, let's have a bit of a review of where everything started by learning what Web 1.0 and Web 2.0 is. Web 1.0, the World Wide Web, WWW, or most commonly known as the web, was invented in 1989 by Tim Berners-Lee and Robert Cailliau. Web 1.0 was the first iteration of the internet that only showed many static pages. The first version is basically the initial overview of what the web is. Users are strictly limited to its usage. They could only gather information and send email. This version of the internet has no applications at all. They are unheard of. It is also known as the static web, which features read-only pages. It is basically a one-way information highway where only the publishers of the web give information. Websites during those times were super basic with not a lot of designs and graphics, and it is simple but not really attractive. Well, maybe you can forgive it for having a retro look, if you know what I mean. Web 1.0 may seem boring to us today, but it is an extremely revolutionary piece of innovation as it paved the way for what is to come. Web 2.0. This version of the internet started from around 2004 up until now. This is the version of the internet that we know today. Because of the advancements in coding and web technology, the concept of Web 2.0 started coming into play, which is having interactions with the users. If Web 1.0 is called the read-only web, Web 2.0 is now known as a read-write web. This time, the information found on the internet is no longer monopolized by the publishers and creators of websites. Users can now provide information that they can share and interact with other users. A lot of applications started popping out like Friendster, remember him? Facebook, now Meta, Google, YouTube, where you can find us, Twitter, Instagram, where your stunning photos can be uploaded and admired by your followers. Along with the advancements in these applications, innovations in hardware also paved the way for how they shaped the modern internet. Smartphones started appearing in 2007 and enabled the web to become mobile and easily accessible from almost anywhere in the globe. It also paved the way for new jobs like content creation on various social media sites. Though the development of the second iteration of the internet made our lives easier and transformed the way we live daily, these innovations don't come for free. In exchange for having cool and astonishing applications, we often forget that we exchange a lot of our information for them. That is why this version of the web isn't ideal for privacy and security. Additionally, these applications are owned by companies, which means it is heavily centralized and they have the power to leverage the information we give to them against us in exchange for stinking filthy cash. This is where the brilliance of the Web 3.0 comes into play. Web 3.0. This is what all of you came for. Web 3.0 is dubbed by most as the next generation of the internet. Basically, the main concept of this version is to get away from centralization. It allows us to do what we are currently doing with the previous generation, which is to read and provide information and produce content for users. It also allows us to own parts of the internet, which allows us to take part in its governance. This means we can make a decision that will be good for the people and for the people. Because of this concept, it will be known as read-write-own internet. Tim Berners-Lee has already dubbed this version as the semantic web. To implement the concept of decentralization, we have to utilize the blockchain technology and other tools of decentralization. A lot of developers have already gotten a head start on the whole concept of Web 3. As we can see on Defi Llama, there is a total of around $100 billion worth of decentralized application on Ethereum alone. To add to this, there are a couple more Dapps built on other layer 1 blockchains such as Polkadot and Solana. So why do we at Crypto Links think that Web 3.0 is revolutionary? Number 1. Privacy. It's obvious that one of the main concerns of the current model of the web we currently have is how companies control our information. Our information is vital for our security, especially when it comes to our finances. In the Web 2.0 setting, when we buy things online, we often give away our bank information to these companies to accept our transactions. The system is successfully working because of the trust we give. Though we trust these companies, we still have to keep in mind that our information is still very lucrative and is still very much viable for hacking. With the help of blockchain technology and the concept of Web 3.0, our information will be much safer as it will no longer be centralized to the servers these companies own. Instead, it will be owned by you and you alone. It is also said that the information we have in Web 3.0 is not directly related to the real information we have in the real life setting. Number 2. Governance. Because this innovation in the web will be owned by people, CEOs, presidents of companies will no longer be a thing. This means that whatever happens on the web or certain applications will all be decided by the people involved in it. This will allow developments that are good for the many. Just think of it as the socialism of the internet. A lot of people will be given a positive voice and a lot of social issues will be addressed with the use of the system. Number 3. Content creation. In today's time, content creation has become popular with the rise of big applications like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. They gave a lot of artists and people in general to showcase their talents and earn a living out of them. But there are still limitations when it comes to maximizing the gains of their talents because of the presence of these middlemen, aka the companies. Web 3.0 solves the problem by letting these users take full control of what they produce and what they do. This will also give underrated artists to gain more out of their talents and no longer about connections and resources. The future is coming. In fact, we can say that it is already here. These are changing times and we need to make sure that it all goes well and make sure that more people will benefit from it. That is why we at CryptoLinks produce these videos in order for more people to be educated by the changing environment we are in. As the saying goes, the more you learn, the more you earn. There are a lot of projects out there that are taking advantage of these early times. You can also invest your money in them so that you could also get monetary gains from the information you had just learned. You can check out our other videos to find out what they are. But please do remember to do your own research before getting involved so that you can maximize your gain and minimize your losses. That is all for this video. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep investing wisely.